Canan bo'laman deb hammani kuydirasanmi? Kuygan bu faqirlarni yana yondirasanmi? G'aming shuki 100 yilga davr ana shundoq turasanmi? Yosh boshing bilan 100 yilga davr yana shundoq turasanmi? Ya
Did you forget the words?
Yeah, I forgot the words.
I'm impressed. I would have forgotten the words. Like you have a brain freeze, don't you? The words lose. But that's really impressive. Thank you for that. I'm just going to introduce us. Welcome to a special edition of Malaysiagazette with your very own unfiltered podcast here with me, Saira Hayati. We've got a really special guest here today, and we're honoured to be in your company. His Excellency, Dr. Karimuddin Gadoev. Have I pronounced that right? Thank you. He's the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Uzbekistan to Malaysia. Selamat datang and welcome to the Malaysiagazette. Apa khabar, Your Excellency?
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And very good afternoon and salamat tengahari.
You know the answer.
And, first of all, thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me to your studio. And I'm very happy to be there, and it's a how to say good practice.
Good practice, yes.
To organize such informal conversation.
I think so, especially to start off with song the way you did, kindly. Yeah. I appreciate that very much. So I'm going to hit off with some of the questions that we have because of your relations with Malaysia, and there's really as much information and insights that you can give us will be appreciated. And I've listened to some of the things that you were saying earlier, and really interesting progress that's coming ahead with the relations and the collaboration. So, Your Excellency, Uzbekistan has undergone some remarkable transformations over the years, both economically and diplomatically. Its relationships with Malaysia continue to grow stronger. So I'm going to start off with the initial conversation with the bilateral cooperation and relations that you have got with the Malaysians and that growing relationship, particularly with trade and investment, and how you see the shape and the future of this collaboration. Could you tell me some more, please?
Thank you. Thank you. This is a very key question. And we are considering the Malaysia one of the friendly and the very important partner in Southeast Asia. Why? Because Malaysia was one of the first country who recognized the independence of the Republic of Uzbekistan at the beginning of 1992. It was recognized. It was 1st January 1992, and we established it in February of those year our diplomatic relations. And Malaysia opened its embassy in our country in 1993, and we opened our embassy here in Kuala Lumpur in 1997. And Prime Minister of Malaysia at the beginning of 1990s, Muhammad Mahathir, they visited one of among the first foreign leaders, the Uzbekistan, and of course in 2003 the Agong of Malaysia, that time, nowadays Raja of Perlis, Rajuddin Said, also visited Uzbekistan. And 2008, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Badawi, also visited. And our first president 2 times visited Malaysia. And last high-level visit was in 2008. It's a long time ago. And thanks to, accelerating of our bilateral cooperation, the recent years, during the last 7-8 years, we are now reached many things. For example, we this year in May, 17th and 19th of May, after the 16 years, we organized the historic visit of Prime Minister of Malaysia, His Excellency, Honorable Anwar Ibrahim to Uzbekistan. After the 32 years of our cooperation, we held in February of this year here in Kuala Lumpur, first Uzbek-Malaysia Business Forum. And of course, during the visit of Honorable Prime Minister to Uzbekistan in Samarkand, we hold the second Malaysia-Uzbekistan Business Forum.
That's
and
amazing.
We signed many very important intergovernmental documents. And of course, now we are planning to organize third business forum soon. In September, 25th of September, in historical city of Uzbekistan, Khiva. There are more than 50 companies of Malaysia planning to come to Khiva, and we are planning to discuss and to sign many our joint projects. And in July of this year, by the initiative of the group of Malaysian entrepreneurs, there was organized the Malaysia-Uzbekistan Business Alliance. This business alliance also doing very well. Recently, in 5th of September, we hold the big event, the presentation of touristic potential of Uzbekistan here in Kuala Lumpur, where attended more than 180 touristic companies of Malaysia, and at the same time, more than 10 touristic companies from Tashkent especially came for this event. Thanks to these all activities, our trade and investment cooperation is developing very well. Last year, our trade turnover reached doubled in comparing 2022 and reached 190 million US dollars.
Wow.
That's of course,
That's
there
a huge
is a
achievement,
huge amount of the
And to double it.
export from Malaysia to Uzbekistan, and more than 8 million US dollars export from Uzbekistan to Malaysia. It says that we have a huge untapped potential in our bilateral cooperation.
Yeah.
For example, Uzbekistan can export to Malaysia many textile goods, processed food, fresh food and vegetables, because we are producing a lot of fresh food and vegetables. Last year, we produced more than 22 million tons of the fruit and vegetables. And at the same time, Malaysia could also increase its export to Uzbekistan. For example, the tropic fruits, very popular in Uzbekistan.
I was gonna
and
say.
at the same time, the palm oil. And now we are working on the importing the palm oil and deep processing in the territory of Uzbekistan. So in the touristic sphere also,
There's a lot of exchanges that can be had.
A lot of exchanging in these spheres, and many big companies coming to Uzbekistan for their business activities. For example, now we are beginning to implement some projects with some Sunview company who would like to establish 2 solar farms in Fergana Valley. KK Group, which is very well known here in Malaysia, would like to open the network, its supermarkets in Uzbekistan. And Petronas company also now negotiating with Uzbek side on reviving its activities in our country. So we have many things to do. We have a huge homework to do in the future, and we are talking working very hardly.
Quite
with
rapidly
Malaysian
as well,
side.
by the
Yes.
sounds of it as well. The hunger is there, the drive is there, passion is there.
Yes. Yes.
And everybody's invested.
And very important, both sides has a very good intention.
Yes.
Intention for the cooperation.
And honest and honourable and
Yes.
fair
Yes.
working together. I think
Because we have a good base for that. We have many similarities. Our
Yes.
societies is very similar. We
Yes.
have a common sacred religion.
Yes.
And even our cultures very similar. Traditions also very similar. And therefore, to work together, very easy.
And that's important, isn't it? So one of the things that we've seen is that you're very centrally positioned. And I noticed where you were on the map and that you're very strategically positioned for trade and industry, and it's particular to the Belt and Road Initiative and other regional development projects. How do you see Malaysia's role when it comes to that, particularly the Belt and Road Initiative?
The Belt and Road Initiative, it's reviving the old Great Silk Road.
Yes.
From ancient time, Uzbekistan, you mentioned very right. Uzbekistan from ancient time had a central position in Great Silk Road. And nowadays also we have a very central position in Central Asia.
It's an interchange. It's
yes,
the interchange.
yeah. All routes coming from the east, they are interconnecting in the territory of modern Uzbekistan.
Yeah, which is
and
a big
going
deal.
further to the west, to the northwest and the southwest through the territory of Uzbekistan. And therefore, during my meeting here in Malaysia, I'm discussing with our Malaysian partners if we will further develop our cooperation with the Malaysian companies who has a very high developed technologies, experience. We need it because we are a young independent country.
Yes.
If they will have here in Uzbekistan their business, Central Asia, Uzbekistan is the central position in Central Asia. We are saying Central Asia is the center of Asia, but Uzbekistan is the center of Central Asia.
I get you.
We are bordering with all other STAN countries.
Yes.
And it's a big market, nearly 80 million people. And broader market is CIS countries, Commonwealth of Independent States, is a former Soviet Union.
Yep.
It's a nearly 300 million people. And all these countries, they have among them the free trade zone agreements.
Yep.
It's a very important to have a business in the territory of Uzbekistan, and you will not have any problems to import some goods or export your ready goods to other markets. And so in this direction, we have a very good opportunities and potential for the business with the Malaysian side.
So it must be quite scary that there's such scope to be had, isn't there, really, from this one small location, how the ripple effect can go across to all of the other countries surrounding.
Yes.
But what you're hoping for is those collaborations to give you the support and the lift to advance themselves with technology to streamline the process so that we can achieve something great and very quickly, by the sounds of what you're saying.
Because many Malaysian companies had unique technologies.
Yes.
And the Uzbekistan is a new, young, independent country, need it. And you have a huge experience in many spheres.
Well, I noticed this when I came to Malaysia. My impression of Malaysia was that it was holiday destination, palm trees, coconuts.
Yes.
And then when I arrived, I thought, or I was thinking that the UK was advanced, came to Malaysia, landed in KL, and I was amazed. Everything around me, the technology, the systems, processes, and everything, for me to sit here and actually take something from here. I thought I was bringing something here.
And most important, Malaysia has a very strong educational system.
Education ethos.
Yes.
Ethos. This is something that
And
is